Hello brothers and sisters, welcome to another episode here on Dangerous African Confessions HD. In this episode, we have a very important story from a sister who wants to save our dear men from the hands of these young ladies out there. I had the chance to meet a lady who had a very striking and an eye-opening conversation with us about some groups in our society and what they have been doing to make money. She takes us deep inside what goes on in these groups or cults, the kind of lives they live and the things they do to make their monies. She said that she wants to open up about this side and secret business our celebrities and young girls on the social media are doing because of what happened to her own uncle at the hands of some of these girls. I asked her when we finished the whole conversation if she has stopped or not. She told me that, as for that one, she cannot tell me. Because she don't know what might happen if she reveals to us whether she has stopped or not. And so, because of that reason, we decided to write everything she told us on the tape and then do the voice again. So that we will not put her into any trouble for at least trying to warn people. Without taking much of your time, let us go and listen to her story. Don't forget to please subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload.
Well, brother, how do I even start this thing? This conversation with you. You see, I am doing this thing not to spoil anyone, but to warn my brothers out there to be very careful when they want to enter into this escort and hookup thing. Why do I say that? I will tell you today that a lot of people have lost their monies and properties without they themselves not being aware that their mind was not in its normal state. Before I go on into what I wanted to talk to you about, let me first of all tell you why I want to put this thing out there for people to be very cautious of the life they live. Most importantly, the affluent people in the society. You see, these people are the target demographic of this group of hookup and escort ladies that I am going to talk about. You see, a similar thing happened to my uncle. This one that I am saying, he lost about $40,000 to $50,000 in just a space of about 2 months. I visited him one evening. Sometimes, I do go to his house to spend some days there. Because, aside the fact that he is my uncle, his daughter happens to be my best friend. I chose my own blood relative to be my best friend because I don't like envy around me. And since she comes from such a wealthy parents, there was nothing like competition between us. The only thing she doesn't know about me is this life that I am about to tell you. All she knows is that I am into this hair business. I am a year older than her. So this particular evening, I felt bored at home and I decided to go to their house. When I got there, she had not yet returned from town. I called her when I was going there and she told me she was on her way home. But for whatever reason, I got there before she finally came. But before she did came, I was with my uncle talking. My uncle really loves me. He talks to me practically about anything that he sees fit for us to talk about. I know he does this women thing outside of his matrimonial duties. He is that plain with me when it comes to his personal life. This time when I got to the house and realized my sister is not coming, I went to his study room and saw him in a mood that I didn't like. As soon as he saw me, he was like, "It is even good that you're here." He told me that he has signed check for someone that he doesn't understand why and how he was able to do that. Again, he said in total he has given about almost $50,000 to some girls that, now thinking about it, it doesn't make sense to him. I asked him to narrate how he met these girls and where and how he signed and gave them the monies he was talking about. After telling me all that happened, I then realized that, the thing that we have been doing, my uncle is now a victim. I had to warn him against that kind of life, because I was afraid he might eventually fall sick as a result of the process in which you will be taken through for you to give out such monies. I feared for his health. I didn't tell him straight away to go and check on his health. After explaining to him how the thing works, he looked at me wondering how I got to know all that. When he asked me, I told him I know people who are into such life and they tell us a lot about their process. I really felt bad. This was when I felt how these men feel when we do these things to them. So from that day, any matured man or big person that I get close to who I see is in such life, I always try to tell you about the dangers in it. I know you're wondering how they do it, or how we go about getting these monies from them. You see, it is not a one-person's game. It is more like a grooming school, where we have these big female celebrities who train the girls how to go about this kind of game. It starts from where we are all lodged together in one house. A very big house like that. And then, from there we will get our training. Creams to make your skin glow are bought in order to make your skin nice and attractive. Those that have made it big in this kind of business go as far as undergoing surgery to enhance their shapes. A lot of these ladies going about driving big cars on social media, most of them are into this business. They do these things and then turn around to give motivational speeches about how they struggle to make it in life are all liars. The secret is what I am telling you today. No man out there in this hard economy all around Africa will just sleep with you and buy you a car. It doesn't happen like that. And you see, the top on the chain are politicians, then comes the pastors. You're shocked I mentioned pastors. If I begin to tell you what exactly some of these pastors do behind closed doors, you will marvel. What some of them use the offerings they have collected from their congregations for is so bad. For me like this, I have been with one top pastor in this country. You see, these ones that people do assume they are the holiest of them all, they are the very people that are doing the unthinkable. Aside politicians and pastors, the musicians are also on the list too. You, businessmen who have what it takes to cough out big money. They are the ones we go after. You see, the reason why some of these people, despite knowing you and can't come after you is that, remember I told you we go under training. Most of the things they will do with you, they find any means to record it. So when you try to confront them, they will then send you the video and tell you to just keep quiet or they will publish it. In order for you not to face the humiliation that comes with that, you will let the case go. Most of the pastors, we have their recordings. You see, with my uncle, it was later after I asked him to go for checkup that he got to know that he was gradually developing cancer in the throat and there were traces of cancer in his blood. The doctor said that he has been eating some poisonous foods and that is what is causing that in his body. At first, he just concluded that it was his wife. I went to the hospital alone with him. In the car when we were coming home, I asked him to really think deep about the struggle that he has been through with the wife and honestly think about it again if she can do that to him. After telling him that, he looked at me and stopped the car. He parked by the roadside and asked me why I seemed to know more about everything. I told him that what he is suffering from has nothing to do with the wife, but rather his numerous hookups and escorts that he carry, they are responsible for it. He asked me how that can cause such a thing. I then told him that the ladies that he always do go and sleep with, they come to the hotel or place where you will meet them with some creams and chemicals rubbed around their boobs. So, that cream, what it does is that it make you so happy and into the lady that your mind will never be straight within that period. Because it works within some period. And within that period of time, anything that she asks you to do, you will gladly do without thinking about it. That is exactly what happened to him when he signed the checks for them without even thinking. And on top of it gave them the money. It is that cream and chemical they used around their boobs for you to suck, thinking you're enjoying, that is what is causing you the problems in your body. I told him it is good that we have detective early. Because it could have been worse if we did not get to see it early. So, you see, I am doing this thing because of what my uncle has gone through. You should know that people are dying out of these things the ladies do. Please, my people, protect yourself from these things. Then again, let me say this, there are people that even now that I am saying this, they cannot stay without such ladies on social media. If you know you are one of such men out there, please, anytime you are about to have anything to do with such a lady, let her go and wash down in your presence. Better still, you do it in a way that the two of you can go into the shower and bath. You can even decide to bath her yourself and then clean the boobs very well. You see, the body that you are chasing after, the number of times, weeks, days, and months. Sometimes years that particular lady has managed to care for it to reach this state that you are chasing after. Ask yourself, what at all does she want from doing that? A lady goes to the surgical room and go under the knife just to have those curves. The question you should ask her is that, what does she hope to gain after that? Please, there are things as a man, you've struggled to make your money, don't let one day pleasure take away your happiness forever. This thing that I am doing, I am not doing it lightly. But then, I feel at this point people needs to know the truth that is being covered by this I am self-employed thing going on. If you can cast your mind or eyes around, there are some particular work going on around, amongst the girls on social media. Please, if you're wise, I have warned you. Please, I will end it with you here. One day we will meet. Thank you very much.
Don't forget to please subscribe, share and like our videos. Kindly hit the notification bell so you will be the first to get notification to our videos when we upload. Like I always say, these are not just stories for story's sake. They are meant for us not to make these mistakes our brothers and sisters are making. That's why we share these stories with you. After we finished with her and I was on our way coming to the studio, I was really sad. Not sad because of anything. But I was sad because of how bad our society has turned into. For the love of money, human beings can go to the extent of hurting his or her own brother in order to live happily as they want. And then I asked myself, is there any happiness in this, when you know deep within you, how you got the money is not of the right way? And the pastors, who are the people put in there to give the society hope, are all in this mess altogether. You know, the African politician, the least said about them, the better. Because as for them, they have made up their mind that they will not to do anything good for the society. If people are having good jobs to do, how would they engage in such activities to make money? My last thing is to the young ladies out there who listens to us, please, not all that glitters is gold. They come to social media to flaunt the outcome of these dangerous activities to you. And then you fall for it. Please, the little business you find yourself doing, do it with all your mind, soul and might. Because if you do, success will be your portion. Don't be too much in a haste to make it in life. Take it a step at a time. Because if you get to that point, anything that will be proposed to you as an alternative to your suffering, you will accept it without thinking carefully about the consequences. I know our followers and listeners will also share their thoughts and comments, but this kind of means to make it in life is not good. And not something that we should put our life in. I pray that we learn from some of these stories and live a better life. If not for anything at all, it pays to live a decent and better life. Stay blessed and be safe. Thanks for being a part of this growing family. Kindly share your thought with us in the comment section below. And if you are new here, please subscribe, like and share.